Okay, you need a pencil. Get out a pencil. Okay, now what I'm doing today is simple exercise. It won't take up the whole period, but I'd like you to follow along with me until we are finished up. You've got two things in front of you. You've got a sample that I did. We're not going to copy this directly, but this is to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So first of all, take the sample and imagine that this is, an aerial view. Okay, this is designed to be an aerial view. Remember, we did 3-point perspective. This is 1-point perspective. See the 1 point right in the middle? Okay, that's the perspective. If you look at these lines of the buildings, all the lines of the buildings go towards the same vanishing point, except for the tops, because the tops of the building are equidistant from you. Okay, now before, we talked about, when we did the 3-point perspective, if this is your paper and the horizon is roughly in the middle, that's your eye level, okay? So this is your eye, and you're looking at that. So everything that's above your eye level slants down to a vanishing point, like this. If this is a square. Lines slant down. Anything below, they slant up. Right? So now if the horizon was, the 3-point perspective that we did, remember the horizon was very low. Okay, so that most everything was above a perspective. So remember we did the 3-point perspective, and we had lines going down like this. We had the tower, like the skyscraper reaching for the sky. Remember that? Okay, so take this thing and imagine, like you're looking at it as an aerial view looking straight down. But now just take it and look like this and just imagine that that's the horizon line. Everything above you is slanting down. Everything below you is slanting up. Then turn it. Imagine this is the horizon. Same thing. No matter how you turn it, your eye level, if you imagine it's the horizon, you have the up and down thing. If you imagine that you're in an aerial perspective, you're looking straight down. Okay, the whole point of this is that the same rules of perspective apply whether you're looking up, you're looking down, you're looking straight across. Right, so that's what we're going to do here. We're just going to do an exercise and try and get the concept simple. Okay, so this is just a guideline, but take your regular paper now, and I'd just like you to draw. Just take the width of your ruler as your guideline. So if here's your ruler, just do this lightly because you're going to erase parts of it. Just 2 lines on either side of the ruler so that you end up with 2 light lines across your page like that. And then like I did on the sample, have a couple of intersections. I'm doing this quickly, but use your ruler, you can get it a little more precise. And then erase like that. So do that much right now. Just use your ruler as the width. 1 across and 2 like that. It should just take you a few seconds to do that. Don't draw hard lines because you're going to erase parts of them. Any questions on that? That's the simple part. Take your time, do it as precisely as you can. Okay. Now, we don't have to copy, I did like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got about 8 or 9 buildings on here. We're not going to do that many unless you really get ambitious. But I'd like you to follow along how I do it. Okay, there's a couple of ways to go about this. Start with a vanishing point, just a little dot somewhere in the middle of the page, as close as you can get it. And everything's going to be drawn to that vanishing point. So first of all, just do one that is directly above. Straight down towards the vanishing point, like that, and like that. Now with that, you can't see either side of the building because this is your eye level right here. All you can see is the top, so it's a square or a rectangle. And you notice I did some sample windows on the sample I handed out. And, if you want to do very lightly put in lines for the windows. You can make each window a little smaller because it's going further and further away from you. There's a scientific way to do this, but right now we're just doing it by sight. So you get your windows going down. The sides of the windows go down towards the vanishing point. The tops and bottoms of the windows stay parallel to the street. Okay, that's easy. That's the easy one because it's right there. Now, if you want to go right down to the side of the street, you can. If you want to end it a little short, it looks like it's on a sidewalk, set back from the road a little bit. You get that? You didn't do it though. Use the ruler. All right, now I'm going to show you another way to do it. Start, how about down here? We'll put either a rectangle or a square. Again, use your ruler. So I'm just doing this quickly, but use your ruler to make it nice. And then from the three corners, draw towards the vanishing point. You can go right down to the street if you want, or you can stop just short. Okay, now here's the tricky part. Not that tricky, you just have to pay attention. This line's not going to go to the sidewalk or the street. It's going to stop short because the bottom of the building has to be parallel to this. So this line comes straight down, parallel to the road, parallel to this line. If you start with the top of the building, it might be easier. Okay, and then I'm going to show you one other way, and then I'll come around and help anybody with any trouble. Another way to do it is to start at the bottom and draw up. I'm going to draw right across, make this a real tall building. Okay, and then you have to square this is to be parallel with the street, the bottom street. And obviously you're going to have to erase that part. Then I'm going to make the top of the building this big. Again, I have to erase anything that's going to show below. That's why we made our lines very light in the first place. Now here, this comes right down towards the vanishing point. Again, you have to stop short because the bottom of this has to be parallel to that. Okay, same process. This one I started from the top, I did the square and drew the lines down. This one I started at the bottom, drew the lines up, and made the top of the building like that. So see what you can come up with. Anybody needs any help in coming around? You got it. Okay, so there's that line, right? So do another one. And then the top of the building, like that. Now the other corner is so close that you probably wouldn't see much. You just barely see the side of the building, like that. Very, because of the angle. If you came over to the side, you'd see more of the side of the building. How about this? Do the top of the building first, and then just draw the two lines down and stop at the. Yep, you got it. Good. All right. It seems like people are getting the idea. You got it. It's good. Up here. This is correct, but the side move this a bit. The side should be towards the vanishing point, so like the side of the window should be like that. See what I mean? See what I mean? You get it? See how these lines are straight. Just make the edges go down like that. That's a good job. But you can stop at the road there. You stop right there. You don't really need that. Yep. You have these lines are correct. Just make the top of the building, top of the window parallel to this. And you got it. Yep. Right here. This is correct. But stop. This is to be parallel to this on the side of the street. So that's where it stops right there. See how it looks more square? Good job. As usual. And once you get a building or two in place, try doing a window or a door just to, you got it. Get the idea? That's correct. That's correct. Just like you did here, though. Do the same thing over here. So that's the end of it. Good. Yeah, you got it. Good job. Wait, I think you did right the first time.
So like, you just
Wait, take the ruler. This is the top of the building, right? So you don't need these. You can't see around the corner.
Okay.
So just take a real light line like this, and just make a series of straight lines like this for the windows. See how you think it's small as you get out?
Yeah.
But you don't, that's all you see of that building because it's on, this is your eye level. You can't see around the corner. This one you can because it's all on the side.
Alright.
This line should be like parallel to that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, very good. Make sure that the sides of your windows all angle down to there. It's good to just make real light lines so any other windows below that one you get smaller and smaller every time. Just like it did. Good. Just like I was telling her, that's your window, right? So the bottom of the window would be parallel to this. It's not wrong. It's just, I'm just showing you. Well, let's look at the concept. Now, this is parallel to the street. This is parallel to this. See how it squares off? All right, it seems like everybody's got the basic idea. So now, once you get, so you're satisfied with some of the individual buildings and shapes. Excellent. I've got colored pencils. If anybody wants to take the colored pencil and color it in. Okay, you're still at to 20 minutes. See how much better you can make it. So I've got the colored pencils right here. You're welcome to finish the rest of the period. Just do the best you can in coloring it in, making it look a little more realistic. If anybody has something else that you're working on in one of the other, if you're in enrichment and you want to finish up something else, once you get done with this, you can switch to something else. But if you have nothing else to do, spend the rest of the time on this and make it look as realistic as possible. Think about, if you're in the air looking straight down, you might see a car. What would a car look like from above? You know, we always draw automobiles from the side because that's how we think of them. You think of two wheels, hood. Okay, what if you were looking at it from the top? You'd see the hood, maybe like that. There might be the fenders might stick out a little bit. You can see the windshield. This isn't working too well. You might see the windshield. But you're looking at an angle, so it wouldn't be a perfect rectangle. And the hood of the car, the roof, back window, trunk. You know, so a car would look entirely different from the air. What if you had a bird flying around down below? You'd see the bird from directly above. Something like that. Or if it was flapping its wings, what would that look like? What about a person? If you see a person from the air, top of their head, shoulders, they might be swinging their arms a little bit, but see, and then they might be, when you walk, your legs and arms go opposite, so they might be stepping out. There's a fellow that's stepping out as his foot. There's his other leg coming back. There are some people on the street. Dogs, cats, animals on the street, they look like that perhaps. Just think of what can you see from there? What if somebody had a swimming pool on the roof? Or some lawn furniture? Or some foliage? Some of these penthouses, they might have a swimming pool up there. Palm trees, spruce trees. Got about 5 minutes. Yeah, you did it. Go ahead. I'm going to take a ball. Just take one. Your name on it? Yep. Anybody who wants to keep these, you're welcome to. If not, come give them back to me.